And this shit is crazy news.
Oh no.
Submitted by Jink I Scooby Doo. Yeah.
Have a real name.
Jink is, I don't know. Yeah,
Jinky Scooby Doo. That's what it is. Jinky Scooby Doo.
Janky?
Fuck your name, dog. Jennifer Pan, who was known as the Golden Child, hired hitmen to kill her parents because she wanted them dead.
What?
Whoa!
This story is crazy.
You read it.
I only read, no, it was so long, I only read the beginning and the end.
How can you not? Oh, the beginning and end.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, so this takes place in Canada, near Toronto. It starts out with a story about how her parents, they immigrated over to Canada just to have a better life for their family. They had the girl, Jennifer, in 1986, and they had her younger brother, Felix, that was like 3 years later. And the parents just worked in an auto part manufacturer just to earn some money, right? So they've been working, both of them have been working in this company, they've been saving up as much money as they can. And by 2004, they were able to move into a home that had a two-car garage in a quite like nice residential area.
So hardworking blue collar
Very,
parents.
very hardworking. They had a Mercedes-Benz, they had a Lexus, and they had $200,000 in the bank in 2004.
That's the Asian style.
Safe.
Come here with negative $100 in their pocket.
I don't even know what that looks like, but yes, that is how they come here.
Came into this country owing people money.
They come to this country with no pockets. The pocket holes are just gone. You stick your hands in, it just touches your thighs.
Cause they gotta pay the fucking smuggler if they came that way.
So because they immigrated over to Canada just to have a better life for their kids, of course they would want the best for their kids, right? So they put Jennifer into piano classes at the age of 4. She did really well. She had a whole bunch of trophies. She won a whole bunch of awards. Then they put her into figure skating, hoping that, you know, one day that she'll compete at the national level.
Be Michelle Kwan.
Yeah, like in 2010 Winter Olympics, right? But she tore a ligament in her knee, so that one's already scrapped out.
Oh wow.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be an NBA player.
Yeah, but like,
It's true.
But that ligament though, you know.
Damn, that ligament fucked you up, didn't it?
I mean, fuck the fact I don't got skills, but other than that, dude, I would've balled it.
yeah, so like a little bit about how her work life was that she would go to practice up until 10, do homework up until midnight, sleep, then go to school.
It sounds like a lot of Asian kids like regular upbringing though.
Yeah. Asian tiger parent upbringing.
Yeah.
So she pretty much kept this mindset and this like mentality and motivation up until 8th grade, where she was expected to be named valedictorian, where she got all this like straight A's. She had like a whole bunch of academic medals and achievements. But by the time that the ceremony happened, no recognition. Didn't say that she was valedictorian, didn't give her any awards. And from there she was like, what the heck? Like,
Did someone else get a valedictorian?
it didn't say, but she just felt that from that moment, she felt that there's no point in trying if no one acknowledged what she did. No one acknowledged her efforts.
So she thought that she killed it in school and she should have got it, but she didn't.
Yeah, she had an expectation, it didn't get met.
Yeah.
Where the fuck my gold star at?
So then fast forward, high school, grade 9. At that point, she was getting 70% on all her subjects except for music.
That's like a C, right?
Yeah, that's like a C average, right?
It's an Asian F though.
And during those times, whenever the report cards came, she would go ahead and rig it where she'll change the grades to an A.
That's so smart.
Yeah. And she said that, well, I mean, grade 9 and grade 10, universities don't really check that. So it's okay if I just go ahead and rig my grades here because then maybe I can just improve later down in my
That's
high
how
school
smart
career.
she is, dude. You know what she would do? She would take letters, cut it out, paste it on, and she would photocopy it so it makes legit. So it was just, damn, I never would have thought of that at
That's
that
what
age.
my mom used to do. So we didn't live in the right school district. She wanted me to go to the school in the right district. She got the gas bill from her friends that lived in the right area and then took our gas bill and then cut it out and then put it so when we went to the school to show, it showed that we lived in the right address.
Thank God for Photoshop now.
Yeah.
I know.
Fucking frauds. But go on.
Fucking fraud. That's my mom.
So then, with this in mind, a little bit about her parents. The dad is pretty much like a tiger dad, and the mom is just the one that follows with him.
Okay.
So he's the one that says like, you can't party, you can't have any boyfriends, you can't go out very long. You can't go to any of the dances. All you have to do is just do your activities and come home, do your homework and study.
Horrible.
Pretty much like that's how she was. So by the age of 22, she'd never been to a club. She'd never gotten drunk. She's like never gone out on like a vacation with family or friends.
No Vietnamese party time.
By the time 11th grade hit, she met the love of her life. This is where you cue the flowers and the sparkles. Because she met him in band, and they went out into this competition, and she started panicking because the concert hall was filled with smokers, and so she couldn't really breathe. And so she went outside, and she almost blacked out, and then her one and only Daniel came out and just was coaching her, like, you know, like, breathe carefully. And she was just saying, he pretty much saved my life.
What kind of concert hall is this where they put high school students in secondhand smoke?
I know everyone's fucking puffing cigarettes like it's the 1920s and shit.
How are you supposed to play wind instruments with somebody smoking in your face, you know? You're like...
Wait, you said smoking machine or people were smoking? So,
People
like,
were smoking in the audience.
Oh,
The next concerto is called The Hot Box. It's like, what the fuck?
So then the two just started dating, and her grades still continued to plummet too. But she still continued to
She don't
rig.
care about no grades, she care about love.
So she continued to rig her report cards the same way that David was explaining.
So smart.
She'll like cut it and whatnot, right? And initially she received an early acceptance to this one university. But then because she failed her calculus class, the university withdrew her acceptance. But because she was so afraid about what her parents were expecting, she just said, yeah, you know, I just got the early acceptance for this university. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. And then the dad was like, yeah, that's great. What's your plan from there? She's like, yeah, from that university, I'm going to transfer over to, stay there for 2 years, transfer over to the University of Toronto and get into their pharmacology program. And the dad was like, okay, that sounds solid, right? So she rigged a letter.
Wow.
She pretended that she went to that university for 2 years, and then she transferred over to that university, you know, like just saying that, oh, you know, I have all my books, I have all my supplies, I got a $3,000 scholarship and whatnot, just making it seem like that everything is pretty much falling into place like how every parent would want their kid to have, right?
Vietnamese people love becoming pharmacists though.
Yeah, that's their shit.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Drug dealer or legal drug dealer? Either way, drugs. Drugs.
Oh, nail.
Now.
So during those 2 years that she pretended that she was going to the first university that she got accepted into, she would go on take the public transportation, and the parents were thinking that, oh, she's going to school, right? But instead she went to either a public library or to a cafe or to see her boyfriend.
Daniel's house.
So she wasn't going to school at all.
She wasn't going to school at all because she didn't even get accepted. She didn't even graduate high school.
She was
What?
kidding that.
Yeah, because she failed calculus.
Couldn't like.
She been lying the whole
try?
way.
She couldn't still try.
No,
Damn.
she just been lying the whole entire way.
Downward spiral.
And she'll also like teach piano on the side, and then she'll also do like a little bit of.
You know what's funny is like her being irresponsible is still fucking responsible to the average Keen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she's lying and she's fucking high, but like, instead of lying and going to party and doing drugs, she's lying and going to the library and maybe studying so she could get back into college.
And still having a part-time job.
Oh,
What
she's
she
not doing
did-
that?
What she did at the public library would be gathering information to create mock notes to like show to her parents, like, oh, you know, this is what I'm learning.
Might as well just go to school.
Spending a lot of energy doing this mock studying.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of the times, like these people who like put so much energy into cheating life, it's like if you took that same effort and put it this way,
Yeah, it's still genius.
yeah, it's still like they're very like that's still very smart.
Sure, can't stop that genius.
Yeah.
You're working so hard to cheat.
2 years at this first university, she then transferred over to the University of Toronto for the
So she really got in?
No.
It's her fake life.
It's her fake life, yeah. So she said that she got in, and then because it's in Toronto, like she was just saying, oh, you know, I think it'll be like I'm moving in with my friend Topaz, because like she lives in Toronto and it's a lot easier.
Topaz?
Yeah, Topaz.
Well, that's the problem. You got a friend named Topaz.
Isn't that a rock?
Yeah. The best.
Gemstone.
It's my birthstone actually.
What's a
It's a
birthstone?
birthstone.
Well, I'm a diamond, so.
See? You know,
What's a birthstone?
every month has their own birthstone.
Don't you know your horoscope birthstone?
Oh, mine's sand. So
Yeah, so then she just told her parents like, yeah, I think it'd be easier, right? And then the mom agreed like, yeah, okay, I do kind of feel bad for having you take public transportation the whole time for the past 2 years, so go ahead and live with your friend, right? So from Monday through Wednesday, she'll actually just be staying at Daniel's place instead of her friend's place, and she never stayed at her friend's place at all whatsoever.
Of course not.
Yeah,
I mean, she began that.
You know all this shit?
yeah, Daniel was aware.
course.
So he knew that she been bullshitting.
She's a loser.
Yeah, I mean, cause like even after 2 years, around the time when she graduated, her and Daniel actually hired somebody that they found online to create a fake transcript full of A's.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so much work.
It's a lot of work. All she has to do is stand up to her parents and be like, look, I ain't going to school.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do.
So
I don't even think that's the case though. It's not like she had a plan B.
It was just like, oh fuck, I wanna play hooky.
when comes the graduation day, she told her parents like, oh, I only have one ticket and I don't want either one of you to miss out my graduation, so I gave the ticket to my friend. So then they're like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh wait, so they don't even know about Daniel's existence at all?
At this point, no, not yet.
The poison.
So then the dad or like the parents, they called her friend Topaz like, hey, you know, has Jennifer been with you? And then Topaz like, no, she hasn't even been staying at my house.
Ooh, that's where she fucked up. She's supposed to tell her friend Topaz, yo, if my parents call, cover.
Yeah, but no, she didn't. And so then when Jennifer came home, the parents confronted her like, hey, what's going on? You know, like we called your friend said that, you know, you were never staying at her house.
What the fuck?
And then she
happened?
pretty much just spilled the entire beans like, okay, fine, I didn't graduate high school, I did go to the
Fuck, that's a lot of heavy shit.
Dude, she's
Yeah.
been lying for hella years.
That's many, many years. That's a double life.
And so the parents forgave her and says, okay, you know what, you're gonna have to start again. You gotta finish your high school.
What?
And then you're just
They
gonna
didn't even fuck her up?
No, like, well,
Wow.
if anything, they restricted her even more. Like, no cell phone, no laptop.
At 20 or something, right?
Yeah, like 22, 24.
Yeah.
And then, like, they forbade her from seeing Daniel ever again.
That's crazy. She's fucking 20 something.
That's Asian style though. I remember dating a bunch of girls in their early 20s that were still under fucking control.
Because like what a lot of people don't understand too, it's like, well, when they just do this and that is, well, because these Asian kids are also afraid of not being supported by their parents. So if you want to make your own choices, you can't take your parents' money either.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's the stupid part about it. They're like, I want to be my independent person, but well, guess what? You don't pay for your car, you don't pay for where you live, your food, your electricity, or nothing. So no, you don't get to say in shit. You know, so if you want to relinquish that and become your own independent person, then you get to make independent
Yeah.
choices. You know?
That's why I started selling drugs.
Hell yeah.
I had to listen to them.
Yeah.
What a better alternative.
And so, around that whole time, her boyfriend, Daniel, decided to break things off with her because he was, you know, I'm really tired of this secret
That's
life,
fucked
secret
up.
romance. You know, like, I think you should figure out your life, like, you know, before anything else.
I'm tired of this secret
But
pussy.
he was an accomplice though.
Yeah, he helped her.
Because if this was true, while like in the beginning he should have been like, nah, this ain't right. You gotta fucking do this right shit. This motherfucking.
He's an enabler.
I know, enabling and an accomplice, and then he turns around and blames her like, you gotta get your shit together.
Yeah.
That's
He
fucked
said that
up.
he was just tired of it, yeah, and he's not.
I'm tired of the secret life I set up for you.
I know.
But then, Jennifer found out that Daniel was seeing a girl named Christine.
knew it.
That's why.
Knew it.
Fucking fake reasons.
But then, in an attempt to win Daniel back, she made up the story where she had a man knock on her door, like that looked like a police badge. Then a group of men rushed in, overpowered her, gang raped her in her house.
What?
And then, like a few days later, she received a bullet in an envelope from her mailbox. And for that instance, like for those two instances, she was blaming that, oh, it's your like what side hoe Christine, like that's threatening.
She's a fucking insane liar.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's like Gone Girl, but
That's
another
crazy lying.
Gone girl shit, dude.
It's like, you gotta come over right now. I got fucking ass raped
Yeah.
by 10 escaped hard criminals.
That's like the definition of 0 to 100, dude. You know what I mean? He broke up with me. Well, guess what? I got gang raped by 7 people. Like, I'm trying to think. There's no connection. You know what I mean?
They mailed me a bullet.
I know. Hagrid from Harry Potter came and fucked me in the ass.
I agree.
My God.
Okay, so then by spring of 2010, around this time, her and Daniel aren't talking, so she reconnected with a friend of hers, and then they were just talking about how, like, just catching up. And this friend was saying, yeah, you know, when I was younger, I really wanted to kill my own dad. And then from there, she got the idea, like, dude, what if I just kill my parents off?
That makes no sense though, because all they've done is just try to let her have like a good life, and she's the one ruining it.
Yeah, because during the time when she was under house arrest, where, you know, no cell phone, no laptop, she's just felt extremely restricted.
Well,
it's for her
yeah,
own
you did it
good.
for yourself.
But then because of after hanging out with her friend and then hearing that, then she just got the idea, like, yeah, you know, maybe I can just go ahead and try to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Her thought process is crazy. It's always 0 to 100. Like she's talking to her friend. Yeah, when I was younger, I was like, man, I wish I could kill my parents. No, no, duh. I was like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eureka!
Why did I think of that?
I'm so stupid.
100. It's crazy.
I mean, they're right there. I can just go like that. Oh God.
And then
Me.
through this friend, she met his roommate, and then the roommate, she tried to hire the roommate to like kill her dad the first time, but then that didn't even go through at all.
Because it's a roommate, it's not a professional.
Yeah. So,
Where does she find these fucking crazy people
where did
that
she just-
everyone's down to do shit?
Yeah, how do you just like meet somebody like, hey, by the way, $100 kill my parents? Yeah, I dog.
well, the first time she tried to, apparently she said she paid her friend's roommate $1,500, but then in court, the dude said she didn't pay me jack shit, she only paid me $200, and I gave that money back to her. So it's a little muddy over there in terms of that story. But
She's a
moving
liar,
on,
So.
fast forward, Daniel and Jennifer start talking again, and they're back in contact. And so Daniel was just saying, like, hey, I know a dude, his name is Lenford Crawford, I also call him Homeboy. And so like, it's like, you know, like Homeboy can actually like help us out over here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he can actually help kill your parents for you. And so,
Were these like actual hit or were they just people?
I don't, I mean, the way that they wrote this article, it seemed like that Homeboy was an actual hitman.
Oh, okay.
But that Daniel knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if I met this girl, I was like, $12,000 to kill my parents. I'm like, cool, call me Homeboy. I'll take the money and disappear.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I just wouldn't do shit.
Homeboy said that it would cost her $20,000 to kill her parents, but because she's a friend of Daniel's, $10,000.
Discount! Oh my god!
He's Asian for sure. That's an Asian tactic.
Damn, but still, like half price?
Yeah.
You must be a really good
Original
friend.
price. He's lying.
I know.
Because you are my friend, $10,000 instead of $20,000.
That's what his morals lie. It's like, kill your parents, no problem. But since you're my friend, we'll decrease the price.
He has good morals, dude. That's tight. No tax. No tax. I'll pay the tax.
From there, at that point, Daniel gave Jennifer his spare iPhone to use so that they can communicate with Homeboy and like Daniel just to like plan out like how they're gonna kill off her parents. Okay, so she had an iPhone and then like I think an Android phone. Android phone is like her personal one. The iPhone is the one where she premeditated everything.
That's where she's already fucked up.
Yeah.
Because everyone that doesn't have an iPhone is shady.
That's true. You're a genius, dude. What the fuck? I never thought about
Should have
that.
worked for the cops.
So then, ever since Homeboy was hired, he started just stalking the parents, just watching their every move, observing like understanding their
Homeboy.
schedule. So November 8th, the morning of November 8th, that's when she texted Homeboy, after work,
Homeboy.
okay, will be game time. So at that night, around 8:30 p.m., the dad was reading the newspaper and then he was about to head up upstairs to go to bed. The mom was out. She came back from like friends, from like dancing and whatnot. So she was sitting in front of the TV and she was just like soaking her feet and she was just watching. And then around 9:35 p.m., a man named David, who is a friend of Homeboy's, called Jennifer and I guess was just trying to talk out a little bit of the details. And so the signal was that when I turn on my room light, and then a minute later when I turn my room light off, that's the signal when everything should happen, right? So,
Damn, so she's in the house while it's gonna happen?
yeah, so she's
That's crazy. That's intense.
so
It's kind of smart though, because then they would never suspect her.
Yeah.
before she did that, she went downstairs, she said goodnight to her mom, she
Fucking
unlocked the
crazy
door,
bitch.
and then she went back upstairs. At this point, her dad's already in bed sleeping. She does the signal, and then the guy calls her again, and then everything just goes into motion. So 3 guys go in. Homeboy, 2 of his other friends. They go in, each
All for 10 grand?
yeah, 3 of them carrying
That's a
guns.
bargain.
So then at this point, like, they bust in, they point the gun at the mom, they take her to the living room, and then they went upstairs, they point the gun at the dad, they take the dad out of the bed and put him in the living room, and then one of the guys goes up into Jennifer's bedroom, and in how she described it, she had a shoelace tied around to her back like this, like, so she was like,
Oh, she was already waiting
she was already waiting
so that she could pretend.
so that she could pretend. And so like the friend went up there, and then like just like took her downstairs, and then the parents were just speaking in Cantonese, like saying like, dude, how could they enter into the house? And then the dad was like, dude, I don't know, I was just sleeping.
I like how they all say dude.
Okay, so sorry, that's me. I know, I was sleeping.
Dude,
What the hell, dude? What the hell, dude?
dude, what happened, dude? I thought we closed it.
My mind is said, dude, man.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
And so these burglars, or however you want to call them, they kept saying like, where's the fucking money? Where's the fucking money? And
don't know, dude.
they're just
Dude,
like,
I don't know,
we
dude.
don't have anything, like. And so it's called liar, right? Like there's like, dude, you guys are lying and whatnot, right? And then just like whip the pistol like on the dad.
Oh, pistol whipped him, huh?
Yeah, pistol him on the back of the head.
I don't know, dude.
And then the parents were just saying like, please, please, please don't hurt our daughter, right?
Oh, look at that.
No, my heart.
And then
Whatever
so
you do, take my daughter first. She did not pass nothing.
Dude, take her, dude.
and so the guys, they were saying, rest assured, she is nice and will not be hurt. And
Damn.
then from there, they take her upstairs. They take the parents downstairs into the basement. They shot the dad twice, once in the shoulder and once in the
Why the
face.
shoulder?
Probably missed. Probably a sorry shot.
Most likely they're stupid. He thinks that's where the heart is. Got him in the heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like they shot him like once in the shoulder, once in the face, and then he fell to the floor. And then they shot the mom 3 times in the head, killing her instantly.
No.
the dad didn't die instantly. He's just suffering on the floor.
Yeah, he's just
thought he
suffering
was
on
dead,
the floor.
Oh my
So then
god.
at that point, then the 3 guys leave.
So he's still alive?
They probably thought he was dead. Because I'm pretty sure.
Well, he probably just went boom, boom, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because they had like blinkers over their head, so I guess they wouldn't be able to tell. So Jennifer somehow manages to reach her phone tucked into her waistband of her pants to call 911, and she says like, help me please, I need help. Like, I don't know where my parents are, please hurry, right? And then within that statement, 34 seconds into it, you can kind of hear her dad moaning in the background.
So she was staring at them while she called?
No, she was upstairs when she called.
But you hear them going, oh,
Yeah, so
damn.
in the background you hear them moaning. And then she heard her dad, right? Like stumbling up out of the basement and outside of his front door. And like she was yelling downstairs like to her dad, like, oh, I'm calling 911, right? But then the dad was just like screaming, and then like the neighbor who was about to leave for work was like, what the fuck? And so he just called 911. Ambulance came over, rushed him over to the hospital.
Fuck.
Jennifer was taken into the police for questioning, and
She was probably pissed.
this was way before, this was around maybe a little bit before 3 a.m. And then she just told him that there's these men that entered the house looking for money, and that they tied her to the banister, and then they took her parents to the basement and then shot them.
Crazy, dude.
And then 2 days later, the police brought her in again for like another statement, and just to ask her, like, you know, how were you able to
How
call
come they didn't
us?
kill you?
No, it's like, no, they're like, how are you able to call us? And then she's like, oh, you know, like, can you show us how you did it?
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, like, if her hands are
Yeah.
tied like that, like, how the hell can she like
Yeah.
get the phone out, right?
Yeah.
So like she just said that, oh, I reached into my waist, like my waistband, and I just took the phone out. So
Yeah.
assuming that maybe she was tied this way, right?
Yeah.
So then stories didn't match up.
Yeah.
And
the
the
fuck?
father had woken up from his 3-day coma.
Oh, fuck.
So he had broken bone near his eyes, bullet fragments lodged into his face that the doctors couldn't remove. And the bullet the bullet had grazed his carotid artery.
Oh, so he could have died.
Fuck.
Lucky man, dude.
Yeah.
Well, not lucky, but you know, he's alive.
Yeah, and he remembered everything. So he recalled seeing his daughter talking to that person like a friend.
How? I thought there were blankets on his head.
So like, you know how I told you that like they went up, pointed the gun at him, take him out of bed, right? And then they went to like see the daughter and try to tie her, right? So as one person was pointing the gun at the dad's head, and as the other person was trying to tie the daughter's wrist, they were having a casual conversation very softly. And like he overheard, like, you know, like it seemed like that they knew each other and that they were talking.
That's
like
fucking
friends.
dumb on this daughter's part.
Yeah.
Well, she thought he was gonna be dead. Dead people can't talk.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is fucking sick.
Yeah. And then he made the claim that, you know, yeah, her arms were not tied behind her back while she was being led around the house. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So in her initial statement, my hands were tied, right? But what he saw was that her hands
Your dad's a G.
Mm-hmm.
I remember everything.
were. Yeah.
It's just like that. Just
So
woke
then,
up.
Dude, I remember everything.
You fuck, man.
so a couple of weeks later, she was brought in for a third interview, and this time the detective was like, okay, you know what? This is bullshit. Just tell me the truth, and I suggest that you tell me the truth, right? And so she didn't tell the truth, and she made this whole lie where it's like, okay, fine. I really wanted to commit suicide, and then because, you know, I've just given up on my life, and around the time in September, me and my dad, our relationship had gotten better, and so I wanted to call the hitman to call it off because I don't want to like kill myself anymore, right? But then communication got crossed.
Stupid! So she's already admitting.
Yeah, so when they came over to my house, they killed my parents instead.
Oh my god, that's fucking stupid.
So she's trying to say that she hired hitmen
yeah,
for them to kill her.
Yeah, to
but
kill
she
her,
admitted
to help
it.
her with suicide.
She was too much of a punk to do it herself.
Yeah.
Actually, I was working for the CIA. All of you guys are under arrest. Untie me.
That'd be crazy. She goes, you guys are all under arrest.
It's because her lies are so fucking out of this world that it's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm a Martian.
So how did you get your arms to the front? Oh, I crump.
Yeah, and so the trial lasted for about 10 months, and the verdict was that she'll receive an automatic life sentence with no chance of parole for 25 years. Same with the other guys as well who were.
Oh, she even ratted them out too?
Yeah, I guess so.
Doesn't matter. They're all guys too. They're not going to be in that same prison.
Yeah, I mean the numbers would match because they would have the phone evidence.
Yeah.
The iPhone, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the story.
Fucking crazy ass story.
I don't even understand it. So she justified their death because she was under the parents' pressure so much that she had to like forge this fake life, and she's like, I'm tired of living their life.
I think it was just so much pressure that she can't handle it, so she created this fake life.
Damn, that sucks, man. To feel that type of like you're just trapped. You're so cornered that you can't speak up. You can't. I bet you she felt like there was nothing that she could say or do to convince them to have her be free.
But it's crazy because I read in the article too, like they said that, or this is a statement from her, where her mom came up to her even when she was feeling down and said, hey, we
yeah.
just want you to do your best. You don't have to be perfect.
Wow.
Like her
Yeah.
mom straight up said that to her.
God.
She says, I'm proud of you because you're doing your best, and that's it. I didn't get that when I was a kid, dude.
Fuck.
That was after she failed an ice skating competition.
Yeah, and then she, like, that's the type of parents that she had. Like, well, maybe her dad was like super strict, but at least it seemed like her mom.
There's balance.
There's balance.
Yeah.
I didn't get that shit. When I got beat by my dad, I got beat by my mom after. Like, fuck. It was like WWF tag team, dude. They would just come in. You know?
I am the Korean killer.
Hey, what is going on, Just Kidding News fans? If you have not liked this video already, hurry up and like the motherfucker. If you haven't subscribed yet, hurry up and subscribe the motherfucker. And if you want to know more about us, check the description box below, my friends. And of course, other episodes are over chair.
And then they use flowers rather than numbers to indicate sizing.
Interesting.
I'd be so confused. I'd be like, can I get this in a dandelion? They're like, sorry, you only got roses. Damn, man.
So this brand,
Can I get a dandelion and a half?
I know.
so this brand wants to